Bobby Clampett here, and welcome to another edition of Clampett's Corner. This week's question comes from Jim, who responds in response to the article that I wrote on why Tiger and I never could find a swing coach. And Jim writes, "You talked about your successful game when you were young. Then instructors told you that you would have to change your swing to get better, but you didn't get better. Why didn't you go back to your old apparent instinctive swing that helped you play so well?" Actually writing an article on that this week. So Jim, let me take you on a video form and actually show you what kind of changes I actually made. Now I'm going to take you back to the 70s. I met Ben Doyle in 1973. I'd been working with Lee Martin. Lee got a job in Florida and left the club, and Ben came, and Ben, as a swing style teacher, did, even though he taught the golfing machine, he was still very much a style-based teacher, and he taught me a particular swing style. So I'm going to take you through what that swing style was. He would like my right arm underneath my left arm here at address. I had a lot of tilt in my shoulders at address, like this. He liked me behind the ball. So this was all kind of the positions that he had me. On the backswing, he liked me to straighten my left leg, or right leg rather, and he taught me through the golfing machine snap loading, which was more of a really late loading of the club and a lot of load at the top, which translated to a lot of quantity of club head lag. And then on the downswing, he taught me to rotate the hips through and swivel the hands. This was more of a swivel move that Ben Doyle showed me. And the finish was like that, with the club pointing down at the finish. So it was a particular style swing. You could see from the front view, if I demonstrated, it looked more like this, with a tucked right elbow and a very late load leg, high finish, a lot of pressure on the back. I did struggle with some back issues early on, trying to maintain that lag with the pivot and so forth. So as I got on tour, initially I found my swing was quite upright, and without even trying to change it, it went from this upright swing to the same snap loading backswing, but much flatter. And that's what I played with my first couple of years on tour. Now my golf swing is entirely different in terms of style. The key issue is I'm basically producing the same impact with either style of swing. So my style of swing now is more with a butt back posture, very relaxed arms at address, kind of hanging in front of me. So none of this trying to manipulate the arms. I just let my arms hang. In my backswing, and I'll use the toolbox here to demonstrate, it's still on plane, but now I have a little earlier load with a little more rotation. So I'm a little bit more loaded here in the 3/4 of the way back position, which gives me a little smoother transition. And my downswing is virtually the same, except I'm a little bit more rotational in my core, trying to match my swing plane here to there without this so-called swivel move or trying to manually manipulate the club through the ball. Now I take that lag that Ben taught me and allow the workhorse to work it through, which stabilizes the club face more at impact. So that's a kind of abbreviated version of the transition that I went through from all the way back in the 70s to my golf swing here post Champions Tour, which this is the golf swing that I used on the Champions Tour. Way too late to change anything now, for sure. And the key though is that both of them could produce dynamic impact. It's not swing style that gets you to dynamic impact. It's having the 5 dynamics that gets you to dynamic impact. Either swing style can do it, and you can create any swing style to fit your body and still get into dynamic impact. So Jim, great question this week. Hope you all enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon on another Clampett's Corner.